Hello there. In the last few weeks I've made videos that are about, do you want to live? Well, get on with it. Do you want to live? Get on with it. And you know what? All of a sudden those videos have become very, very appropriate. So watch the following video, like or subscribe, and peace. Hello there, my name is Billy Juliana. I'm 49 years old and I have a 40-year history of dealing with anorexia nervosa, and I'm currently following the recovery methods espoused by Tabitha Farrar, Kayla Rose Katecki, and Elisa Ores. And today I just wanted to jump on camera and do a raw, unscripted, short video that basically tells a little bit about where I've been in the last couple of days and the message that I've derived from it. So bear with me. I am outside, which means that I have all the sound effects you can possibly imagine in my audio circumference, so just enjoy. And I apologize for the rather loosey-goosey way in which I'm conveying my message. And it may be a bit of a ramble too, so excuse me for that as well. But I have made several videos recently that are all about, do you want to live? Do you want to live? Because it has occurred to me as I've progressed through anorexia recovery, using this method of recovery, that I really want to live. And in order to do that, I need to get on with it. I need to do my recovery. I need to eat unrestrictedly and not let myself get pulled into the quasi-recovery quagmire and just sit there and do nothing, and possibly let myself drift back into full-on restriction and drift back down towards death. I don't want to do that. And so my goal is to live, and to live free of anorexia. And again, I know there's a lot of sound effects, so just pardon me, it's all part of the charm. Anyway, so we had a weather event that occurred in my hometown recently, and if you haven't heard that news, then let me just inform you here. Unexpectedly, without any prediction that there was even going to be a thunderstorm, a tornado touched down just west of Nashville where I live, and this one funnel cloud proceeded to barrel its way through Nashville, just about 3 miles north of my home, and my home is not damaged, by the way. But the tornado went about 3 miles north of my home, causing a lot of death and destruction in its wake, all the way into the eastern part of the suburbs of Nashville and into the counties east of here. So there were over 24 deaths, and has been a lot of destruction in its wake. It's a very shocking and stunning moment. And none of us knew that it was even on the radar, because it kind of wasn't. It just popped out of nowhere. There had been storm activity to the north of us in Kentucky, and that just somehow dropped down south and then just kind of did this thing. So when I woke up in the morning a couple of days ago, I didn't know that this thing had happened. I knew that there had been storms during the night because I could hear them, but I didn't know that they were of this magnitude, or there had been one of this magnitude. But it readily became apparent to me when I got in the car, because the entire city was quiet. And then on the radio they were talking about emergency management. And two things sprung to mind immediately, and I was like, oh my goodness, the loss. And tears. Of course, I was tearful because I was like, the loss. I'm hearing about an entire school that I've grown up with and known about. We've played basketball against them in high school and stuff. School is gone. And no kids were in the school, because this happened at about 2 a.m. And this in some way is fortunate, if you can look at it that way. So there were no children in the school, there are no kids there, but the actual structure of the building, which has been there for at least 40 years, is gone. And there are many, many other places around town that are also gone. And there has been loss of life, as I mentioned before, and especially east of here, there was a residential neighborhood that was hit badly, and the major amount of life lost was there. I do not want to speak inappropriately about any of this, and I do not want to exploit the situation for a channel or for YouTube. I want to just convey the message that popped up to me secondly when I heard that this thing had happened. The second thing that popped up to my mind was that I was starving, that I was really, really hungry, and I wanted to eat a bunch of donuts right then. And while that may sound very selfish and self-serving, it's just so profound to me. It just shows how much my life force is asking for food in order to keep me alive, to be able to endure events like this. Because when death and destruction is in my immediate surroundings, my life force is saying, hey, you're weak in this area. You don't have enough energy and fuel in you. And in order to get out there and help your neighbors and family and friends that are affected by this thing, you got to eat a bunch. And you are in no shape to do that. And you're in no shape to have survived such a thing had it come any closer to you. So, hello to you, you need to go eat. That's what my life force was saying. And so I've responded, and I've realized, of course, life is precious and life is short, and it can be taken away at any moment. And yes, of course, we've heard all of these words throughout our lives. And a lot of times I've heard also that anorexia kills. You don't want to dilly-dally with your anorexia anymore. It can kill you. And I've heard that, and it's just kind of filtered through my anorexic circuitry, and I've just been like, oh yeah, right. But now I'm like, absolutely. Not only can the disease kill, but just any day I can be taken off this earth. And so my time here is precious. And one of the things I really, really wanted to do throughout my life is eat. And I haven't let myself do it. So I'm going to do it now. And I just want to convey that message to all of you, that life can be taken away very, very quickly without notice. And so it is very, very important, if you have been starving yourself, to go ahead and give yourself all that your body has been asking for, begging for years upon years. And also to rest yourself. All the busyness and all of that kind of stuff that is out there in the world, that is secondary to taking care of yourself and allowing yourself the rest and the appropriate time that it needs to heal. So I just want to convey that message. This is very, very of the moment for me. Absolutely. It's just so important to go all in and not look back and not get stuck in a quasi-recovery quagmire. I will guarantee you, as this plane is my witness, that nobody in Nashville lately has been worried about getting on a treadmill. And nobody in Nashville has been worried about what people look like vis-a-vis their weight, especially. Nobody's going, wow, that person's gained weight recently. No, that's not what's foremost on our minds. Right now we're wondering how we can help each other out, how we can clean things up, get the power restored, and move on and care about one another and be here for one another. So that's what is fundamentally the most important thing. So all this other stuff, all the superficiality, just get rid of it. And also take care of yourself. Put you first and eat and rest. So that is my long speech. That is my spiel. And I'm going to sign off with that. So having said that, please eat unrestrictedly. Rest for a long period. Get on with recovery. Take care. Until next time, peace.